Have you ever packed what you thought was the perfect travel capsule wardrobe, only to wish you had something a little more exciting once you were halfway through your trip? That's where creativity comes in. Today, I'm sharing 9 ways to have more fun with your fall and winter travel capsule wardrobes, so getting dressed on the road feels playful and inspiring instead of predictable. Let's go. Fall and winter packing can be tricky. You want to be cozy and warm, but you also want outfits that make you feel excited to get dressed every morning. And that's where a little creativity can make all the difference. So in this video, we're going to explore 9 easy ways to make your travel capsule wardrobe more creative, more versatile, and, well, honestly, just more fun to wear. Layering is where the creativity really begins. Instead of relying on one bulky sweater, think about stacking thinner pieces to create warmth and variety. One of my favorite tricks is layering a long sleeve tee under a short sleeve t-shirt. It has this kind of relaxed, laid back sort of vibe, but it keeps you warm in the morning, and then you can kind of strip the layers off as the day gets warmer. The same trick works with a lightweight button down under a cardigan or a vest layered over a simple base tee. Each of these combos feel different, even though you're working with basically the same pieces. And I feel like this might be the perfect place to tell you about today's sponsor, Unbound Merino, who is partnering with me for today's video. Their merino wool pieces are incredibly thin and lightweight, which makes them perfect for layering in a fall or winter capsule. And I have to tell you, these merino tees have really become my favorite base layering pieces. The magic of merino wool is that it adapts to temperature changes. On chilly mornings, it keeps you warm, and by the afternoon, when it's warmer, well, it's wicking away moisture so you can stay comfortable and cool. And because merino naturally resists odors, you can wear the same t-shirt multiple times without having to worry about getting it laundered. That is really huge when you are traveling for longer stretches. And their merino wool travel pants that I'm wearing today are one of the most versatile things that I have in my closet. They're comfortable enough for a long flight, but they're polished enough to dress up for dinner. They hold their shape beautifully. I did wear them on repeat during our Africa trip, and they always looked fantastic. What I love about merino wool is how little space these pieces take up, while giving me so many different outfit options. That's what makes packing a smaller travel capsule exciting instead of limiting. Now, I know Unbound Merino pieces are an investment, but it is a smart one. They're timeless, logo-free, and built to last, so you'll get years of use whether you're traveling or just living your everyday life. I will have their pieces linked below in the description and the first pinned comment if you want to check them out for yourself. And a big thank you to Unbound Merino for sponsoring this video and making fall layering just so much easier. Now that we've covered layering, let's talk about color and how to rethink what you're picking as your neutrals. One of the easiest ways to keep your travel capsule wardrobe looking fresh and fun is to start with a color story. A simple formula I love to use is starting with 2 neutrals plus 1 accent color. It gives your outfits a sense of cohesion while still leaving room for play. So for example, your 2 neutrals could be black and cream with burgundy as your accent, or maybe gray and olive with coral as your accent. The beauty of this formula is that everything will naturally work together. Your neutrals are keeping it grounded, while your accent will obviously add some personality. But I want you to rethink what you consider a neutral color. Most of us tend to default to black, navy, and khaki as our base neutrals. But this fall, warmer and softer tones like chocolate brown, olive green, and chambray denim blue are really stepping up. And they can work beautifully as base colors, giving you a far less, let's say, drab capsule wardrobe. Chocolate or even caramel brown can easily replace black. It still feels very classic, but with a softer, more approachable vibe. Olive or Loden green can take the place of khaki or gray, giving your outfits a more modern, earthy edge. And chambray and denim blue is basically your universal neutral. You can pair it with anything and it totally grounds your look. By picking your color story first and then choosing neutrals that feel updated and fresh, you'll find your capsule wardrobe feeling more stylish and more cohesive and probably a little bit more fun to wear day after day. And if you want to push it even further, patterns are another creative way to stretch your options. You can get a lot of variety out of a small travel capsule wardrobe by playing with patterns. Mixing patterns might sound a little intimidating at first, but once you know some of the tricks, it's actually really fun. And the main trick is balance. Pairing one small scale print like thin stripes or tiny polka dots with a larger scale print like a plaid or an animal print, as long as the colors share some connection, it can look intentional instead of chaotic. Think of it like creating harmony. You want the patterns to kind of talk to each other and not compete with each other. This fall, stripes are especially popular, and I really like using stripes because they act kind of like a neutral. You can put a striped shirt under a patterned scarf or peeking out from under a blazer. It adds a little bit of energy without feeling like you're going way over the top. Animal prints, which is one of my all-time favorites, and it's a trend that is still going very strong, are easier to pair than you might think. You could put like a leopard print sweater with a colorful bag or pair a striped shirt with leopard print shoes. And these little touches add personality that make it look like you packed way more than you did. Just remember, mixing patterns is not about being perfect. It is all about having fun. And if you feel good in it, then that confidence is going to shine through. So don't be afraid to experiment a little. You can try different combinations in your hotel mirror, snap a quick picture, and you will instantly know if it feels like you. Pattern mixing is such a great way to stretch a small capsule, but if you prefer to keep things simple, let's talk about exploring a quiet luxury look with just one color. And this is called tonal dressing, where you wear one color from head to toe. Now, at first, I know this might sound a little boring, but right now it has actually been a pretty big trend for the past couple of years, and they call it quiet luxury. So fancy. So fancy. The quiet luxury look is all about choosing timeless pieces in soft, neutral tones and letting the quality and texture of the clothing speak for itself. It's understated, elegant, and fairly effortless, exactly what you want when you are living out of a suitcase, but still want to feel fairly chic. But not only is it chic, it can also be incredibly flattering. Dressing head to toe in one color creates this long, unbroken line that basically flatters every body type. It elongates your frame, makes you look taller, and gives you a polished, cohesive look without trying too hard. It's also a look that photographs beautifully. Your travel pictures can instantly look more polished without any extra effort just by dressing in one color. The trick is texture. Think of an all brown look with a cashmere sweater on top, corduroy pants, and a leather purse and boots to finish it off. They're all in the same color family, but the mix of textures really keeps it rich and interesting. A chambray denim look can also be a very fun, creative look for both casual or dressy options. The beauty of tonal dressing is that it's easy. You don't have to think too hard about mixing and matching, and yet it looks like you've styled a perfectly curated outfit. It's simple, flattering, and a creative way to get more out of the pieces that you have already packed. And if you want to add even more personality, the two-piece accent capsule is going to be your next step. The idea behind the two-piece accent capsule is simple. You just choose one bold color and bring just two small accessories in that shade. When you repeat that color in more than one place, it can completely transform your outfits without adding a lot of extra bulk to your suitcase. For fall and winter, I love the idea of red, especially when paired with dark chocolate brown. Imagine you have packed mostly neutrals, but then you pull out this beautiful deep red scarf and a matching knit hat. Suddenly, the chocolate brown sweater and pants feels totally elevated. A pop of color near your face really brightens everything, and then repeating it on top of your head can balance it out and make it feel very intentional. What's great about this trick is how versatile it is. You could wear the red scarf with the cream sweater one day, the hat with the denim jacket the next, or pair them both together for a very bold statement look. Same capsule, but it feels like you've added a whole new mood to your entire wardrobe. And because scarves and hats pack down very small, they are incredibly easy to justify when you're packing, even if you are trying to pack carry-on only. It's kind of the little detail that makes your wardrobe feel exciting while still being very practical. And once you've got that pop of color, you can keep building personality with other playful details, like maybe patterned tights and socks. When it comes to fall and winter travel, don't underestimate the power of what you wear on your legs and feet. These little pieces can completely change the feel of your outfits, and they really truly barely take up any space in your suitcase. One of my favorite cold weather travel staples is fleece lined tights. They're warm, comfortable, and they let you keep wearing dresses or skirts even when the temperatures drop below zero. Pair them with some ankle boots and a cute little skirt or sweater dress, and suddenly you've got a cozy, cute little outfit that feels very different from the usual jeans and sweater combo. Fleece-lined leggings are also another great option. They add extra insulation under a longer tunic, skirt, or even maybe layered under wide leg pants if you're heading somewhere really, really cold. They give you more variety in styling while keeping you warm and comfortable through those very chilly sightseeing days. My fleece-lined leggings really saved me last year when we were traveling through the Nordic countries. I loved those things. I also like to pack a couple of pairs of thick wool socks in maybe fall patterns like Fair Isle or Herringbone. You can let them peek out of your boots for kind of a nice little playful seasonal touch. They not only will keep your feet warm, but they're going to also add some texture and personality to what might otherwise be a fairly simple outfit. You've probably noticed that I have been mentioning scarves throughout this video, and that's because they are truly one of the hardest working pieces that you can pack. They take up almost no space, but they can completely transform your look. A scarf can be worn so many different ways. You can drape it over your shoulders like a shawl when the evening gets a little chilly, wrap it snugly around your neck for that very classic fall look, think Ralph Lauren. Tie it onto your bag as a little pop of color, or even make it into a head wrap or a hair accessory for a totally different vibe, maybe a little more boho. With just 2 or 3 scarves, your travel capsule wardrobe expands exponentially. And belts are just as powerful. I've been trying to add more and more belts to my packing this year because they can make such a difference. If you've packed a long cardigan or maybe a blazer, you can try belting it at the waist to give yourself a little more shape and structure. You can also use a belt to turn a loose dress into something that's got a little more definition, or maybe even give a chunky knit sweater a little polish. It's accessories like these that bring variety and excitement into a fall and winter capsule wardrobe. And if you're ready to take that playfulness up just a little notch, let's move into some styling hacks that I think can really make a big difference. Sometimes it's not about packing more clothes, it's about wearing what you have in new ways. A few simple styling hacks can change the look of an outfit and make it feel kind of fresh again, even if you've worn the same pieces all week. For example, try turning a cardigan backwards. Buttoned up in the front, it's very nice and classic, but you turn it around and suddenly you kind of have this sexy backless sort of sweater. Taking a daytime look to a nighttime look in less than 30 seconds with no additional clothing packed. Another easy hack is the knot trick. Instead of tucking a tee or a button-down shirt into a skirt or pants, which can sometimes create bulk or just look a little awkward, you can knot it at the waist or even use ponytail holders to kind of gather the shirt into its and gather it together and then tuck it into itself. This works really well with bulkier shirts and slimmer bottoms, like a silk skirt or knit travel pants when you've got a shirt that you're trying to make it look nice around the waistline. Button-down shirts are also incredibly versatile. You can wear them open like a jacket, buttoned all the way up for a more polished look, or even make the shirt into a wrap shirt for a dressier kind of look. Basically, one shirt, 3 different looks. As I've said in my previous travel capsule wardrobe videos, shoes really are the finishing touch. More than anything else you pack, your shoes will really kind of set the tone for your entire outfit and can completely change how something feels. Take these beautiful Sorel leather Chelsea boots. You can pair them with a cute little skirt, fleece-lined tights, and a few layers on top, and suddenly you've got a look that's warm, weatherproof, and still stylish enough for a dinner out. Then you could swap out those boots for these foldable leopard print ballet flats, lose some layers, and that same skirt outfit feels a little more light and feminine and maybe playful, perfect for strolling through a museum or maybe grabbing a glass of wine at a cafe. Sneakers can shift the mood too. A classic black pair like these New Balance sneakers that are oh so popular this year can give your capsule a more modern, sporty vibe, while the leopard print sneakers can bring in some personality and fun, even if the rest of your outfit is totally neutral. Now, if you've been here a while, you know how much I love shoes. So I could go on and on about how much shoes can make an outfit, but I'm gonna leave it here for now. But I do have a video coming out very soon sharing my favorite fall and winter travel shoes. So make sure that you are subscribed. Definitely hit that notification bell so you don't miss my future videos, because they're not popping up on your home screens these days. I also want to know, of all of these different options of how to expand your travel capsule wardrobe, which one is your favorite? Which one do you think that you'll use in your future travel capsule wardrobes? Let me know in the comments below. In the meantime, since we were talking about shoes, I did recently do a fall sneaker review that's over here if you want to check that out next. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video today, and I hope that you have safe and wonderful travels.